There are people whose minds never stop talking. Constant thoughts, constant reactions, constant noise. And then, there are people with silent minds. Not empty minds, just quiet ones. No imaginary arguments in the shower. No endless overthinking before sleep. No constant mental narration. And if you've ever met someone like that, it almost feels unreal. How can someone move through life without all that noise? The strange thing is, most of us don't even realize how loud our minds have become. Because we grew up inside the noise. Notifications, conversations, expectations, memories replaying at 2 a.m. Your brain slowly learns that silence is unusual. So when the mind finally becomes quiet, it can feel uncomfortable or even unfamiliar. Psychologists sometimes describe this as mental chatter, the constant internal dialogue that narrates life in the background. For some people, that voice is non-stop. It analyzes conversations, predicts problems, replays embarrassing moments from years ago. Sometimes, the brain thinks noise equals control. If I keep thinking about it, maybe I can prevent something bad. But the mind was never designed to stay in emergency mode forever. And eventually, the noise becomes so normal that people stop noticing how exhausted they are. You see it in small moments. Someone listening to music while also scrolling, while also thinking about tomorrow, while also worrying about a text they sent earlier. Or lying in bed, physically tired, but mentally sprinting. Even peaceful moments become crowded. A sunset turns into a photo opportunity. A walk becomes productivity time. Silence becomes something to escape from. And maybe that's why truly calm people feel different. Not because their lives are perfect, but because their minds aren't fighting every second of reality. A silent mind isn't emotionless. It still feels sadness, fear, love, stress, but it doesn't amplify every emotion into 1,000 extra thoughts. That's the difference. Some minds experience life, other minds experience life, and then mentally relive it another 100 times afterward. And honestly, modern life rewards mental noise. Being busy sounds important. Overthinking sounds responsible. Constant stimulation feels productive. But somewhere along the way, people forgot what mental stillness feels like. Not boredom, stillness. The kind where you can sit in a room alone without needing to escape yourself. Maybe the goal was never to completely silence the mind. Maybe it was simply to stop fearing quietness. Because underneath all the mental noise, there's usually a person who's been needing rest for a very long time. And maybe that's why silence feels so powerful. Because when the noise disappears, even for a moment, you finally hear yourself again. If this video made you pause for a second, subscribe to Decode Your Mind. Because sometimes, understanding your mind changes the way you experience your entire life. And if your mind feels loud lately, comment, silence, so you know you're not the only one.